So this is gonna be my second video in a row on Sparkle. The first one I made was just yesterday. It was a reaction to the Myriad Celestia trailer, which is themed around Sparkle. You should definitely go check that out after this. But there's gonna be no reactions today. Instead, I'm gonna be breaking down Sparkle's kit, starting off with an overview of her character. So she's a 5-star, as we all know. She's coming in the second half of version 2.0, which is like 2 days from now. She's a harmony character, so she's gonna be more on the support side, not exactly gonna be dealing a whole lot of damage, and she's also quantum. Sparkle is a support character capable of recovering skill points for allies and increasing the ally skill point limit. Additionally, Sparkle can advance the action of a designated ally, increase their crit damage, and boost the damage dealt by all allies. Now, I don't actually know if all Harmony characters can do that, but I do know that Bronya can, which I know that because I have her. Sparkle is a member of the Masked Fools, inscrutable and unscrupulous, a dangerous master of theatrics engrossed in playing roles, a woman of countless masks and many faces. Wealth, status, power. None of this matters to Sparkle. The only thing that can lure her interest is amusement. So here's a little quick overview of her traces. So her basic attack doesn't really do anything, it just gives her a little bit of energy for her ult, just like all other characters. Also just some damage, just like with all other characters in their basic attacks. Now her skill though says the crit damage boost effect provided by the skill will be extended until the start of the target's next turn. So what this means is you use her skill, you pick whichever ally you want the crit damage to go to, probably your DPS. And when it's their turn, if it's not already, then they'll be able to attack as normal, but they'll have the extra crit damage boost given by Sparkle's skill. Now it only lasts in that one attack. The next time that character goes, they won't have that extra crit damage. So let's say for example I use Sparkle's skill on Sealy, and Sealy has a crit damage boost. So she'll use her attack, doesn't matter which attack, she'll attack, like the next time she attacks it'll be with that crit damage boost. But then when she gets to go again, she's not gonna have that crit damage boost, which if you want to run a mono quantum will be really interesting, because if you have Sealy, you'll know what I'm talking about. With Sealy, it's always her turn, but her talent here is really interesting. So it says increases all allies' attack. Additionally, increases the attack of quantum type allies based on the amount of quantum type characters in the team. So I feel like with Sparkle, you could really put her in any team comp, but she'll especially be good in a mono quantum team. So what you could do, and what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna run Sealy, Silverwolf, Sparkle, and Lynx. Now, if you don't have Sealy, you can run someone like Shui Yi, and if you don't want to build Lynx, you can use Fu Xuan as a replacement. All those characters are good, but she does seem like a very mono quantum focused character, and you can see her leveling materials here. I think that for the firmament notes, it's actually a new material. I haven't seen it in game yet, but yeah, you can see all her trace materials, ascension materials. Yeah. Now moving on to her technique. So her technique grants all allies misdirect for a certain time. Characters with misdirect will not be detected by enemies, and entering battle in the misdirect state recovers a certain number of skill points for the team. This is actually really good because I actually don't know why, but whenever I get into a battle, I never have all 5 skill points. I don't know if it's by default set that way, or maybe I just have like a set that like takes away skill points or something, or maybe like a light count. I don't know. But this is really good, especially if you just don't want to fight enemies. I think the only other character with that technique where you don't get detected by enemies is Sealy. That's the only character I know that has a technique like that. And with that one, she just straight up goes invisible. Her basic attack, you can see here, just deals quantum damage to a single target. That's it really, just like with literally every other character in the game. Her talent though, Red Herring. While Sparkle is on the battlefield, additionally increases the max number of skill points. Whenever an ally consumes 1 skill point, all allies' damage dealt increases. This effect lasts for a certain number of turns. It can stack up to a certain number of times. So they're just saying a certain number of turns. And I don't, you know, I don't know what that means, because a certain amount is not an exact amount, or at least not a mentioned exact amount. But you can see the extra skill points here. You can have a maximum of 7 skill points. Now, this is actually gonna be brutally insane for Sealy, especially if you're running a mono quantum team with Sealy and Sparkle. This might actually be a game changer. This might actually just be meta. I'm really impressed, and I'm 100% gonna be pulling for Sparkle. I'm also gonna be building her live whenever she does come out, so you should definitely be on the lookout for that. Now you can see her skill here, Dream Diver. Increases the crit damage of a target ally for a certain number of turns. This also causes the target's action to be advanced forward. That's exactly what Bronia's skill does, but it also gives crit damage, while with Bronia she only gives crit damage with her ult. So even though Sparkle's like mono quantum focus, or she could only be fully optimized in a mono quantum team, I do still think that if you get Sparkle, she might power creep Bronia. I mean, that's kind of like what Ren May already did, but whatever. When Sparkle uses this ability on herself, she won't be able to trigger the action advance effect. That's because, you know, that's kind of obvious. There's no real point in using it on herself. It's kind of weird. Now you can see her ultimate here. The hero with 1,000 faces. Recovers a certain number of skill points for the team and grants all allies Cypher. For allies with Cypher, each stack of the damage boost effect provided by Sparkle's talent additionally increases by a certain percentage, lasting for a certain number of turns. So that certain number of turns, I'm guessing, is gonna be based on probably like a trace that you have to level up. Maybe it'll be like idle unlocked. I don't know yet. And for the certain percentage thing, it might be scaling off like her attack, probably. That would make sense. But that's it for Sparkle's whole kit, really. Let me know if you're gonna be pulling for Sparkle. Me personally, I am. I do think she's a really interesting character. She also seems pretty fun. I'm already working on a mono quantum team, so she's gonna be a perfect fit for that. And also, she's pretty cute. But yeah, that's it. If you found this informative, make sure to go down there, like and subscribe. That's it from me. Goodbye.